everybody. High school hates. So this is the next in my series of things that I hated about high school that really irk me. Sorry that I moved the camera, but they do. They continue to. And I want to bring it out to the world because I think that everybody has these universal experiences that happen to them in high school, or at least to most people. So I think it's relatable and important. So here we go. High school hates. Getting over bullying. Now, what I mean by this is specifically in high school, the steps that were always given to you to overcome a bully situation were bogus. I was bullied forever and a day when I was in high school. And some of it was my fault because I was dead set on being weird, because that's how people treated me my whole life. And I like being weird now. But here we go. I hate the first thing when you're in high school or in elementary school, if you're getting bullied, they always tell you to tell a teacher. This is useless to you because the teacher's hands are really tied by the system and other parents' concerns about their children. Not to mention, they are not paid enough for that extra baggage. And teachers can't do very much because if you bring it to their attention, you're most likely going to get some way of this phrase. I'll keep an eye out for it. That's all a teacher can do. Your actual teacher, there's 20, 25, 30 kids in a class. You think they can see and hear everything? And here's the other problem with that. Bullies, whether we like to admit it or not, do have some form of brains. They wait until authority figures, they know what they're doing is wrong. It's not, I don't know who, I'll get to this next. I don't know whose idea was that bullies aren't aware that they're hurting your feelings. They know darn well what they're doing and they do it on purpose. If any of them ever said, I didn't realize I was hurting you like that, that is some baloney that they are saying in front of an authority figure because they know what they're doing. They're doing it with full intent and they are doing it when authority is not around to get them in trouble because they know they shouldn't be doing it and they know they will get in trouble if they do it around an authority figure. So they don't. And so teachers always say, well, I've never heard them say anything. Of course not, because every time they say it to me, you're out of the room. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention. But there's no point in it because then the bully's parents, because you know your bully's parents were like this, they're just trying to get my kid in trouble because they don't like them. If you didn't hear it, the other person's just saying that. That's what always happened to me. Parent, if you said, oh, well, my kid doesn't do that, your kid just doesn't like my kid, blah, blah, blah. It's like, get over yourself. Your parenting sucked. If your kid acted better, then they wouldn't be bullying this other child. Next, telling your counselor. The exact same problem with telling your teacher, only the teacher might actually hear you say, might actually come in, especially if you're in one of those classrooms that has 2 door entrances. There's a chance that the bully doesn't know the teacher came back into the room and is saying something to you. But more than likely, it's not the case. And the counselors, I went to school for 4 years, like most people in high school, and never once have I ever seen a counselor just wandering the school. I've only ever seen them in their office or going into their office or leaving. That's the only time I've ever seen them in the hallway. I've never seen them in the middle of the day when I'm changing classes out in the hallway to observe anything. So they're even less likely to witness the situation. What they're going to do is they're going to call the other student in and ask them, are you aware that you're hurting so-and-so's feelings? So-and-so said, or it was brought to my attention that you may be bullying another student. And here's the thing. If someone really is not giving you issues and you're just saying that they are, 1, you need to stop. 2, nothing's going to happen. And even if somebody does and is and usually is guilty of bullying, They're going to deny it, and unfortunately for victims, just because you're the victim doesn't mean what you say holds any more water versus the other person. It's still a they said, you said situation. And what's worse is bullies come in packs, pairs and packs. There's usually 2 to 4 of them in a group. So they have somebody to back them up. And so there's always going to be that person, whether they're asking the teacher, the counselor, no, I was there, we didn't say that. And that becomes 2 against 1 or 3 against 1. It's a big issue. Telling the counselor, useless, because they're just going to say, you really need to stop because you're hurting the other person's feelings, as if they don't know. 2, that was another thing. Tell the bully that they're hurting your feelings. That will stop. And now this makes no sense because bullies want you in tears. Whether it's because they're punching you after school, throwing you in a locker, giving you swirlies, or just plain walking by every chance they have and insulting you in some way, which is how I normally got bullied. Whether it's physical or verbal, they want to crush you. And they do it often. You can be sitting there in a pile of tears, broken, battered, bruised, and covered in dirt from whatever reason, or toilet water, and they're going to laugh. So it's not like you're going to be going, you're really hurting me, and they're going to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I'm so sorry, I'll stop immediately. That's not how that works. And anyone who thinks, whoever was the person, I should look up who the idiot was who came up with that. Smack! That's dumb as heck. Like, the bully doesn't know what they're doing. As I said, there's a reason that they don't do it around authority figures. Because they know they'll get in trouble for it. Because they know it's wrong. Because they know what they're doing and they're doing it with intention. And then there's a great thing. Travel in packs. There's power in numbers. We've already established that. The problem is if you're getting bullied, that means nobody else is standing up in your corner as is. Maybe you don't have any friends. There are people, whether society likes to believe it or not, who just don't have friends. Either they don't want them or just can't get them. If you're getting bullied, it's not because you don't have enough of a pack around you. It's because you don't have enough of a pack around you. Ever. And gosh forbid if you have several classes in a row where there's a bunch of people you can't stand, and everybody else is somebody who you exist with. So I don't know what that thing is. It's not like you suddenly go, excuse me, I want my best friend in all of my classes because I'm getting bullied. That's not how that works. So whoever came up with that one, smack yourself. It doesn't work. Here's how to really get over a bully problem. If you are having a bully issue, do everything I just told you to do. Tell the teacher, tell the counselor, tell your parent, tell the bully that you're hurting them. Just so you can say you did those steps before you whoop that bully. And you know what? You're dealing with a bully, as I said, they come in packs of 2 or 3, so play as dirty as you want. You grab the nearest chair, biology book, scalpel, I don't care. You physically assault that bully. They aggravated you, you assault them. Aggravated assault. It all works out. And yes, you must be prepared for the consequences. You probably will get suspended for several weeks, which quite honestly, is that a punishment? You mean you're going to tell me I'm not allowed to come to a place that I don't want to be in the first place and don't have to deal with these people who bother me every day for 2 weeks? Hallelujah, I'm going to go to Cedar Point or wherever your place is. Not now. And hello, Mom. So whatever you do, once you have done all the steps, which as we've established are utterly useless and not going to eliminate or alleviate your bully problems, you do what's really going to help you with your bully problem. You kick their butts. You smash a chair over their head, hit them with a book, do whatever you need to do. Don't kill, Okay, murder is bad. You don't need to go to jail. They're not worth going to jail for. They are worth a 2 to 3 week suspension. Because you've probably been dealing with that same person for years. Months, weeks, and years. One time you hit somebody over the head after they insult your clothes for the 590,000th time. They won't do it again because it's going to be embedded in their head that if I insult this person, a chair will get smashed over my head. It's classic conditioning. It's Pavlov at its best. That's how you really get over a bullying issue.